Wow, Ryan Garcia, amidst the mental health struggles and battles, he comes from the perils of deep depression to trash talk Devin Haney, who just defeated Jorge Linares because Devin Haney was rocked late in the fight and seemingly buzzed. So Ryan Garcia thought this would be a great opportunity for a cameo. So we're going to talk about that and more in this video. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Listen, click my link in the description to become a part of TUBEBUDDY, become a member of TUBEBUDDY. I started off with 0 subscribers. Now we're over 200,000 and counting. TUBEBUDDY can help you guys as well. I've been using TUBEBUDDY for years. It will help you by optimizing your YouTube content, overall making it more searchable, making it more discoverable. It is the #1 tool for YouTubers, and I'm happy to be partnered with them. Optimize your content, level up your content, take it to the next level by using TUBEBUDDY. You know, and I try to have these affiliates that have products that I stand by, and I've been using this for years, and I use it daily for videos like this. So if you like that, enjoy. Last thing, if you like the content, I am one person. This is my channel. My name is Ego. I drop the latest and greatest, all things boxing. This is your one-stop shop. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Now, Ryan Garcia, he was feeling froggish. As you guys know, Devin Haney just fought Jorge Linares. I did a Boxingego watch party covering that fight and the Showtime card. Very good fights. I didn't really watch the DAZN undercard too much. To me, it was kind of trash. But the main event delivered. I thought Devin Haney, Jorge Linares was a fun enough fight. Showtime card was cracked from top to bottom. Now, on the main event for DAZN, you have another DAZN fighter. And it says, look, DAZN is highlighting it. DAZN verified page. Ryan Garcia's IG story after the Devin Haney fight. It says, I would have slept you. So this is Ryan Garcia. It sounded like he had a couple of people over watching the fight. And I want you guys to hear what was said.
Good fight, but I'm sorry, Devin. I would have KO'd you. Slept you. Good fight, but I'm sorry, Devin. I would have KO'd you. Slept you. Good fight, but...
So you heard Ryan Garcia. He said, sorry, Devin. If that was me, I would have knocked you out. Yada, yada, yada. Now, I thought it was a bad take. First of all, listen, boxing doesn't work like that. Styles make fights. Devin Haney, in my opinion, dominated much of this fight. He got caught sleeping at the wheel, falling asleep at the wheel, and he did get buckled. It looked like his legs did a funny little dance. At the end, it was the last stanza, last 10 seconds of round 10, I believe. So another man can't claim credit for what another guy did. You know, to me, that's lame. That's like me seeing Debo knock out Red and I'm like, oh, look at, you know, I would have did the same thing. I mean, you don't get credit for somebody else's work. So that's for starters. But beyond that, I think this is a bad look even for DAZN and Ryan Garcia, because DAZN, they were just putting Ryan Garcia is going through troubled times, a turbulent time, yada, yada, yada. And Ryan Garcia, in case you live under a rock, he pulled out and withdrew from his last fight a little bit more than a week or a month ago. And he said he was unable to compete, right? And I'm going to read it again in case y'all must have forgot Roy Jones' voice. So this is another reason why I'm not a fan of Ryan doing that, or DAZN. Ryan Garcia, verified page. I know this news may be disappointing to some of my fans, but I am announcing today that I am withdrawing from my July 9th fight. At this time, it is important to manage my health and well-being. I have decided to take some time off to focus on myself, becoming a stronger version of myself. I hope to be back soon. I am looking forward to stepping back into the ring when I am my healthiest self. I want to thank God, my family, my doctors, supporters 5 weeks ago. So yes, you heard it from Ryan Garcia. He announced the fight, as you guys see right here. It was supposed to be live on DAZN, right? You see it? This is the little flyer that came out live on DAZN. And literally a week after that, he says he's having struggles with his mental health and not feeling the best in his healthiest self. So he's no longer fighting this dangerous fight, JAVIER Fortuna. So in my opinion, when I was talking about Ryan Garcia and his whole mental health issue, first of all, I told you he needed to be stripped. The WBC did do that, and it looks like the JAVIER Fortuna, at least Joseph Jojo Diaz, who's replacing Ryan Garcia, at least at the moment, they're saying that fight is for Ryan's old belt. You know, if they try to pull some weird stuff and Ryan says he's good, first, for starters, I don't like that because look, see, DAZN's putting this too, right? I don't like that for multiple reasons. For one, I told you in those previous videos about Ryan's mental health. First of all, he needs to be stripped. If you have to take care of your personal life, so be it. But trash talking is not synonymous with mental health. You can't have these pleas for help and not be able to balance celebrity, a boxing career in your life. You know what I mean? And balance all those things, and the world grows too much for you. And then oh, shout out to LJ. She said, Ryan, at least Devin Haney is in the ring fighting. He isn't sitting on the sofa hating like you. You tell him, LJ. And look, BJ Flores, shout out to him. Oh my gosh, some real boxing fans. It says, would have. Somebody, oh my dude, he says, shut the up, Ryan. Luke almost KO'd you. You almost went night-night by a no-puncher. Shut up until you back in the ring. So as you guys see, this is shout out to my man Carl from Stockton. They going in. Nah, somebody said he's not lying though. Bro, listen, you could say what you want. I'm a grown man. I'm entitled to my opinion. I think that's corny behavior. Straight like that, straight up. I think Ryan's a good kid, but this ain't it. I don't feel you can, first of all, take credit off of something another person did. You didn't do that, so I can't give you credit for that. I can't give you credit for opportunity or a moment that Jorge Linares produced. So shout out to Linares for lacing up a nice combination. Second of all, styles make fights. Final punch stats, look at Devin Haney, 32%. So a lot of the Devin Haney hate, you know, the hate train is now becoming full. People are acting like this fight was hard to score. Devin Haney actually dominated Linares and made Linares look very normal. Linares, we got to talk about the double standards. We got to do it the new media, egos army, digital mob way. You have a black fighter with these type of stats, 32%, right? He landed more, threw more, got off more. And we're supposed to, this is what I call loser talk. We're supposed to credit, look at power punches, 37% to 24%, right? I'm supposed to credit Jorge Linares for, in a moment of desperation, pulling in the last 10 seconds of a round where a fighter maybe got too lax and too complacent, got caught. I'm supposed to give him credit. You got dominated, sir. You got dominated for the whole fight. The men lie, women lie numbers don't. Look at Devin's numbers. I can't give him that much credit. This is what you're supposed to do. When you losing as bad as Linares was losing and you've been dominated in such a fashion, you got to try anything. You know, you got to try getting it done some kind of way. And that's what he tried. But Devin Haney, I like how he fought with championship valor and grit. You know, his face looks clear. He did get buzzed, but it's how you respond. A lot of people make this big to-do about getting hurt in boxing. It's like Mike Tyson said, it's a fight. You know, who cares? It's a fight. You're fighting somebody. And when the guy is desperate, credit to him. He's a veteran and, you know, he landed something of note finally. But I also got to credit Devin Haney for having the championship grit and mindset to not allow it to create further damage. That's what a real champion does. A champion is not someone who never faces adversity. A champion is someone who actually the exact opposite, who faces adversity and is resilient throughout it, right? And that's what Devin Haney showed. But I can't give Ryan Garcia also a bunch of credit because look, this was Ryan Garcia. This is a guy in Luke Campbell who's not even considered a big puncher, and look at Ryan Garcia. So can Ryan Garcia, who's battling anxiety and mental health issue, getting dropped by a guy that LINARES beat and dropped? LINARES dropped Jorge LINARES dropped Luke Campbell, and Luke Campbell dropped Ryan, even though Ryan's a puncher, so he showed a lot of heart, and he came back to stop him. But it's like, how can you make fun of somebody and say, hey, if that were me, coulda, shoulda, woulda? Styles make fights. You know, at the end of the day, look, there's Ryan Garcia getting touched. So it's like, again, mental health awareness is not synonymous with trash talking. You can't trash talk if you're pulling out of your fights. From where I'm from, if you're pulling out of your own fights and getting knocked down by a guy that LINARES already beat, you know? So again, I'm not gonna take anything away from LINARES. I thought he was doing his thing. Ryan made a ton of mistakes in this fight. Look at Ryan, he getting caught by a southpaw. Jorge LINARES, he can box. He dropped Lomachenko. Lomachenko's supposed to be God tier, and guess what? He got dropped. He got dropped by the same guy. So shout out to LINARES for being a vet and being around and whatever, and creating little small pockets of opportunity. But ultimately, LINARES is what he did after. You know, it took Devin Haney maybe a little bit of the next round to get his bearings back, but then he was right back on the ball. And, you know, he clinched in certain spots, but after that, he was kind of back on, picking his shots, pot shotting, boxing well, and he ultimately dominated LINARES. So look, this, once again, so you guys know the experience for a black fighter. So Devin Haney got hit by the same guy that you see on the screen, Jorge LINARES, and the guy that dropped and then was later stopped by Ryan Garcia, but he dropped Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, this is him. But on canvas. Devin Haney, you know, Ryan's like, oh yeah, if it was me, I would have slept you, coulda, shoulda, woulda. But Devin Haney did get rocked, get buckled. But at the end of the day, here's the shot I guess they're showing. I'm not gonna play it for copyright reasons. But he got caught, you know. Look, nice little shot, set him up, caught him. Look, he dodged one, and then boom. Got him right there, got him. He got him flush. Boom. Got him with a flush shot, you see? And at the end of the day, he ate it. And people are talking about how he walked off with a stumble. And I mean, he got hit flush. Lomachenko, bro, I could do this all day. Luke Campbell, who dropped Ryan Garcia, as I just showed you, right? He got dropped by the same guy. Lomachenko got dropped by the same guy. When a black fighter like Devin gets dropped by him, or doesn't even get dropped, excuse me, let the record show, doesn't get dropped by him. That's my point. Look, this is Lomachenko. Doesn't get dropped by him, but staggers and eats it. And other than that, dominated the fight more than Lomachenko did, more than Luke Campbell did, right? Even though these guys came back to beat LINARES, at least Lomachenko did. Luke Campbell lost to him. Why are people making this into a big deal? And again, it's a bad look. People are like, oh, but Devin's leg, look. Okay, but Ryan Garcia had a tough fight with JAVIER FORTUNA, and Devin at least is risking it all by lacing him up. He took the step up. It's just corny to me, bro. You can't really talk and Golden Boy protected Ryan with that move, because we all knew that JAVIER FORTUNA is a dangerous southpaw, and then conveniently, Ego Stradamus predicted Ryan Garcia wasn't going to take that fight, and in the end, he's not taking the fight, and Joseph Jojo Diaz has to take it. So, again, let the record show Devin Haney had a strong performance. He boxed well, beautiful body work. The jab was there all night. Great ring generalship, very good defense. He got caught lacking at the end of round 10, and he did what true champions do. He ate it, didn't go down, and, you know, stayed safe, clinched when needed. I mean, that's smart. But once again, the racists are angry. Look, this is Eddie Hearn, other fighters. Just look at the pictures, bro. Look, they all on the ground, but then a black fighter takes the punch, doesn't go down, but his legs do a funny dance, and then people act like it's the end of the world. I mean, it just shows you that oftentimes old media, the racists, they have this whatever inferiority complex or racist fragility where if it's not flawless or you lost focus for a minute or whatever, they try to ish on the whole performance. But like I said from the beginning, I don't think Ryan Garcia pulling out of his fight has any room to talk and say anything about anybody. You didn't do this to Linares, and the whole world, actually, there was rumors that Ryan was going to fight Linares, and for whatever reason, the fight didn't happen. So we do know Devin Haney risked it all. He was risking it all, and he actually fought the man. So again, we got to give credit where credit's due. Ryan Garcia, we'll see, what's next. We'll see what the next fight is for him, but you can't say I would have done this and that. To me, that's corny, bro. It's just corny. You're like, oh, I would have did this. That's like, imagine if Jamal Charlo said, oh, I would have broke Billy Joe Saunders' eye because Canelo did. I mean, it just doesn't work like that. Each styles make fights, and I'm just giving an example. You really can't take credit. And again, it's just mind-boggling that old media, they think this is cool. DAZN thinks this is cool. DAZN is advertising this. Ryan is saying, I would have slept you, and they think this is a cool thing for him, that they just went from saying Ryan had mental health issues, as you see right here, but now he back trash talking. After he told you that he was fighting Pacquiao, which we know wasn't the case, and he told you he was fighting Gervonta Davis, which we now know is not the case, I'm supposed to be impressed by that. Ryan Garcia back, saying negative things or whatever. It's not a good look when you can't really clown Devin Haney. He stepped up. He fought the guy that you fought. He fought the guy that beat the guy that you fought, that gave you your toughest fight, and you pulled out of the JAVIER FORTUNA fight. Listen, I dare you to make that make sense in the comment section. Once again, Lomachenko got dropped by the same guy. Devin didn't even get dropped. That's a fact. These guys put him in a tough fight. So yeah, Linares got stopped by Lomachenko, but he also did his fair share of damage. Devin Haney blew Linares out of the fight for most of the fight, right? Luke Campbell gave Ryan his toughest fight, and this is Luke Campbell versus Linares. So again, you're not really in a position to be roasting anybody, because Luke Campbell is not considered a top tier puncher, and you see Jack Reese administering the count after Linares dropped him. Devin Haney took his shots, took his lumps, ate it, and bounced back with resilience. And he didn't pull out of his fight for mental health. So, to me, I'm just never going to celebrate things that I don't think deserve our praise. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Use my link for TUBEBUDDY. Devin did his thing. Jorge Linares, he went for broke a little bit, laced up a combination. That was that. He lost every other round for the most part. I think he probably was losing the round where he hurt Devin. So, to be honest, I don't even know how many rounds you could have gave Linares being fair. Dominant performance by a Black American athlete. Shout out to Devin Haney. Shout out to Linares for, just trying to make something happen. But I didn't really prefer this from Ryan Garcia. Drop your thoughts in the comment section.